Bogard, scot-free in every sense of the word. I keep my hands clean, sanitized. I've been analyzed the streets, found a way. Now I try to find his feet. Moutier, the lifestyle blinding me. Gotta be an angle here. It's all geometry. It was all a dream. Like the late great notorious, the road less traveled, the road less glorious.
The abyss of these bubble weight bitches. Still I rise in the midst of demons, blocking views and pictures on the slide of future menus. Looks bright on the new venues. Pressed it on wax, watch the saga continue. Lessons, the facts, it's all something we've been through. But when pain's no longer holding pain, that's just something I don't do. Ventilation's a healthy process to a regimen focused with lit views. Don't fall for traps, don't be confused, don't let them get you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I'm JC Money. This is my man, Coach Craig. Here to talk a little SuperDraft, a little SuperDraft Pro. We're going to get into it today, talking a little UFC to start with, and then, we'll talk go to our original programming where we'll talk about, basketball on the main slate for tonight. But, we would have done on a little bit sooner, but everybody knows that my computer likes to lag and it likes to be a little punk sometimes. So now that we're all past that, let's get to it, brother. How you been? How you doing?
Still alive, so that's a good thing, I guess.
Heck yeah. Every day's a new day. What's up? What's up,
David?
David?
Yeah. So this is going to be an interesting UFC slate, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to try to retest your theory because it has worked out now, I think 2 weeks in a row.
I think it's 3 weeks in a row.
Using
so there, let me just explain it real quick.
It actually had me finishing some of the. I think I was in the top 20 with.
So I'm going to explain this real quick though, because there's like always two women's matches every week. One of them, there's like a heavy favorite. The heavy favorite usually just wins that one. The other one's more like of a toss-up, and I've been taking the underdog in the one that's more of a toss-up, and the underdog's been winning like last 3 weeks. So this week that would be Aldrich versus Robertson, and Aldrich is the underdog at this point in time, and she's a 1.4. And on paper they look pretty even. So
no, it paid off. It's been paying off, and I think at that point we could put 3 matches in, right? At that point we could do 3. Can't remember.
Oh yeah, we had the one that we could do. We could do 3 different ones.
Yeah.
The one. Yeah, because the one that won, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She knocked the other girl out in like the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's usually these women's ones, they're going the distance more often than not, though, too. Usually with the women's ones, but
yeah. So the thing is like submissions or like when it comes down to where they have to do a decision, like you don't get as much points. It's the KOs, the TKOs, man. That's like what I want. Or a shit ton of significant strikes, right?
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah,
takedowns, I mean, it's okay. In submissions, it's okay, but the points are in strikes, significant strikes, and knockouts.
Well, takedowns are good, but like you want to get like at least 3 of them, and then win after that, pretty much. Yeah, but it's an interesting one here. I got the notes up if you want to get started.
Yeah, let me get them. Let me go. Boom. Let me go. Share screen. Share homie's notes. Bam.
We gotta go down.
Let's get it.
UFC part. So, I guess the main fight is this. I think this is the main fight. The Santos versus Alakev. It's minus 550. Santos is a heavy underdog. So, we got that feedback again real bad.
It's probably just my computer. Like I said, I gotta get a new computer. Go fund me. My damn computer.
Yeah, but this I don't even know how to say that name. Ankaleev. We'll go with that. He's a 1X. He's like the champion in all the pro picks besides one of them tonight. He's probably going to win his match. The picks that Nate gave me, he pretty much just the 5 that he gave me were just like the 5 heavy favorites, so their multipliers are pretty low anyway. So if you want to go with that, you can do that. If you want to switch some of them up, you can do that too. Then we got Yadong and Morris. We'll go with that. Yadong's minus 270. All these odds are from last night when I was doing it, at least, so they may have changed a little bit now, but he's still a pretty heavy favorite there. We got Yusuf versus Karasis, however you say it. Yusuf is the heavy favorite there. He's at 1.15. We have Roundtree and Robertson. They're both at 1.3. Roberson, excuse me. Roberson's at minus 130. So this is a pretty even match. So that one's kind of like pick your poison. I think I play a little bit of Roberson on DraftKings since I built a lineup over there just because it was in that price range that I could afford. Then we have Dober versus McKinney. And McKinney is 1.5 and Dober is 1.15. Dober is minus 170. McKinney pulled the upset for us a couple weeks ago too. He's a guy I like. On paper, these guys look a lot more closer than they probably do in terms of multipliers. So if you want to go for a little bit of underdog there, you could go with McKinney at 1.5. I don't even know how to say half these names. It looks like Pereira, but it's pronounced different probably. But he's 1.2. He's one is minus 95. Or Silva, who's 1.45. Pereira probably wins that one, but let's see. Then we got the Semmelsberger. We'll go with that 1.1. Yeah. He is the favorite against Fletcher. God, that feedback's so bad.
Really? What does it sound like?
Sounds like somebody's talking in the background behind you.
Really?
Like a really bad
there's
echo.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's weird because there's nobody here. I have nothing on. There's no sound on anywhere.
Yeah, it's so weird. Crazy. Let's see. Let me see something real quick.
You just don't want to listen to me talk. That's what it is. I see how it is.
No. So let's see. We're at Smellsberger and Fletcher. So Smellsberger was minus 195. He's at 1.1. Fletcher's at 1.55. On paper, this one doesn't look too crazy. I mean, like if you want to go for an underdog and you want a high multiplier guy, Fletcher, you could do that at 1.55. He's still probably going to lose, but there is a chance he wins. Then we get down to Aldrich and Robertson. This is the one I was talking about with the other women's match. So Aldrich is the slight underdog here. That's who I'm putting in a couple of my lineups at 1.4. If you want to go with Robertson, it's 1.25. This is pretty even at this point in time, but the ones that have been pretty close to even, the underdog's been winning, at least for the women's. Then there's Jones and Basharat. So Jones is 1.4, Basharat's 1.25. Basharat's the slight favorite. Then we got Jackson and Kirk, and this one's pretty much a toss-up, honestly. Jackson's at 1.35, Kirk's at 1.3. If you're picking one of them, probably just going to end up picking Jackson just for the slightly higher multiplier. And then there's Mazzo, who's 1.55, versus Maverick, who's 1.1. Maverick this is the other women's match, and she's the heavy favorite. So then we got, you want to try to pronounce that name? Lungiabola. 1.3, a slight favorite over Brundage, who's 1.35. So that one's just kind of another toss-up. So we got, like, what we're seeing today is a lot of guys that are heavy favorites, and then a lot of ones that are really close toss-ups, pretty much. And then we got Motino, who was 1.25 minus 150, and Canetti, which is 1.4. So that's another toss-up there. And then we got, however you want to say, Chucky. We'll go with Chucky.
It's probably Chucky.
I like Chucky better just without the end pronounced. And then Mirza Kanov. So 1.45 and 1.2 there. Mirza Kanov is slight favorite at minus 180. Nate's picks that he had was just pretty much the favorites there. The Anna Collab, Yadong, Yusuf, Smillsberger, and Maverick. But
is the feedback still there? Still got bad feedback?
It's not as bad right now. And then the underdog picks I put there are McKinney at 1.5, Fletcher at 1.55. Fletcher's probably more of an underdog, Aldrich, and then Jackson. But Jackson's pretty much a toss-up. Aldrich is pretty much a toss-up too. I mean, McKinney's almost a toss-up too. So
that's the girl you're
the girl is Aldrich, JJ Aldrich, which is a weird name for a female, but okay. Yeah.
Second take extra. We'll get to basketball after we start talking. We're gonna get through these UFC matches quick, and then we're gonna talk basketball. And we have a lot more time today to talk basketball. So if we want to talk some money lines, if we want to talk some prop betting and stuff like that, I'm all for that. So let's get through. Let's just get through the UFC, and then we'll just talk some basketball. Get really into it. I'm all for it. And
I'll say too that the Spurs injuries are like to depth players more so than real players too, and they're all like questionable, so they still could all play pretty much. I think they're all questionable still. Okay, so Kellen Johnson just got ruled out. Okay, so DeJounte. Okay, so there was more guys that got ruled out now. So yeah, that could change things when we get there.
All right, so let's get into it. Man, we might as well just get into it right away. Yeah.
Yep.
And you tell me if my feedback's
we'll build
bad.
some.
I'm gonna have to get. Maybe I'm gonna have to invest in the microphone here soon, because if it's that, I'm gonna have to do that for sure.
I don't know what it was.
David said it sounded like the police were outside.
Well,
don't
it's better now, but I don't know what that goes.
I don't know. Maybe what it is I had my volume up and it was just picking up you talking. Did it sound like that at all?
Maybe. Kind of sound like echo or something like that.
Maybe. That's what I'm telling you. I got a computer from 2012, so it's pretty old. Does the job. I get my graphics done on it. We can talk a little basketball. That's all that matters. But today, earlier beforehand, I decided it wanted to crash on me right before we started the show. That's the stuff that I can't have happening. But yeah, been looking at a new computer. Yeah, obviously, I've been talking to you about it, but I'm gonna have to obviously get a camera and mic so we can get some better sound quality out for you folks. But anyways, let's get to it. Let's get to building.
Build it.
Let's get to building.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, anybody who hasn't been here before, this is SuperDraft. If you are on the paid subscription side, or I should say if you're on the subscription side and you have a subscription, then you'll come in, you'll see this. Obviously, if you don't have the subscription, you'll see the same thing. But if you have the subscription, you'll see this, which you won't see if you don't have the subscription, and that's the subscription featured contests. And every single day, if you're on the elite subscription, you will get, 3 contests to play in. And there's also other stuff. Like the new thing that they have now is coins. So like these are you're only playing against people with a subscription. So these coin games right here are part of that. And to earn coins, you do that through the SuperDraft Pro or the SuperDraft Sportsbook app, which is pretty sweet because basically if you spin every day, you're getting free coins. You don't even have to play. Like you could just spin every day. If you don't play Sportsbook, you could basically spin every single day and just get free coins and use those coins in these contests. But there's a lot of cool things. We'll end up, I think you and I will probably end up going through here one of these days and like going through the Sportsbook app, and we'll just do a live feed where we talk about it, and I'll just bring it up on my phone. And we can go through it, and then we can actually do some sports betting too on the app. And it would just be nice for people to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I did my spin for the day. I only got the 50 coins on my spin for the day on the sports book.
I'm telling you, they didn't have that on there before. I think they added the 50 because now it's like, now that's on there. Like I was hitting like the 400, the 300, like every day and just getting mad coins.
And I think the worst you could do before was like 200.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And then they added the 5 times, which was dope because if you're an elite player, then you get 5 times whatever you spin, which is sick. Because it adds up quick, man. It does add up quick. Like I think I'm over. Shit, I don't even think I've been betting on it for a while. And I've just been spinning the last, 2-3 weeks, and I'm already over 20K coins. So can't complain there. But anyways, let's get into building some lineups. Then we'll get into some basketball for our man's second take.
Yep.
All right, so let's get in here. You come over here. Obviously, if you see it, boom, look at that. UFC right there. Then we got 3 content. And then NASCAR's tomorrow. And so we'll have our buddy Andrew Yu come on. And I didn't know if you were going to have your brother or your boy come on and talk. But,
I haven't heard anything from Nate yet. I'll ask him again.
Yeah. Andrew is the man. He's been coming on making some – he's got the hella insight content. Like, I like what he's been bringing to the table. Dude's a beast. But anyways, let's get to building. Enough of me jibber jabbering. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. You can come in here. You basically they'll give you everybody that's available, and you can pick 5 fighters. And then there's a champion spot. Basically, your champion has 0.5 times their multiplier, or I guess would be 1.5, right? It's
got a 50% extra, whatever their multiplier is. So if it's a 1 multiplier, they go up to 1.5.
Yeah.
If
So
they're
if
at
you see, if I
1.1,
click
then
off this flex, yep, you can see right here. So if I click in between the flex and the champion right here, if they're in the flex, Ankalov right here, or Yadong right here, 1.11 multiplier. You click here on the champion spot, boom, look at that. So this is and I'm gonna tell you right now. I was looking at Kevin. Kevin, one of the guys who is one of the big guys in SuperDraft, and his strategy. I've been looking at it lately. He only plays, like the high multipliers, and that's why he's always up there, kind of winning, which is crazy. I just looked at that in a lot of I went in some of the $1 contests that we're in for golf, and it's like everyone's playing the high multipliers. So it's one strategy I might try to attack on golf next time. But having someone in first compared to Doug Gim, Gim's the 1.5 multiplier, while having Fleetwood, who's in first, who's the 1.2 multiplier. Well, Gim has more points than him.
yeah,
it's crazy.
but
yeah, there's even sometimes you'll see guys with plus, somebody in the plus, +2 having more points than somebody's at -3. That's insane.
yeah, I mean, it just depends. You want to play some high multipliers, but you have to hit on your when your multipliers are higher, you have to hit on them. And for UFC, if you have a guy that has let's just say we play Aldrich, for example, at 1.4 tonight. Well, if she don't win, she ain't going to help us.
Nope, I know. I've seen that happen too, but I think that's the route I might
pretty much
go.
Have to
just try it out.
You either have to get 4 or 5 right in UFC to even cash. And the one week we got 5 right with Nate's picks and still didn't cash because it was there's so many high scores that week.
It's I'm looking back here too at some of her fights. Let's see, with Aldrich. I mean, she gets submitted, so we want to. That's the thing you want to look at. Her competitor. So she's been submitted. It looks like there's a lot of decision contests. So that's something that I don't like. That's the one thing that kind of scares me a little bit.
When she gets the decision, she's still racking up the points though too.
I like it, but there's something about.
I don't know. That's why I'm using my champion spot. So I'm going back to my strategy. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hating on it one bit. There's just sometimes when I look at stuff like that, it just scares me a little bit.
I don't think there's going to be I don't think there's going to be that many knockouts tonight, though, either. And the one knockout might just be the guy, that one dude that's just the heavy favorite. So,
yeah. So look at this. This is the girl that she's facing has 7 submissions. That makes me nervous. But you know me, I like to dig in a little deep sometimes. Sometimes I dig a little too deep.
I mean, she only got one knockout, though, right?
One knockout, but 7 submissions.
So that fight's probably going to go the distance anyways. Yeah. I mean, that fight's probably.
Yeah, it looks like most of them. He's had 1 TKO in the first round, 1 submission in the first round. It looks like most of them have been either submissions or decisions in the 3rd round.
Yeah. That's what you're going to get with most of the females. Especially.
I mean, I'm all for attacking the females. Who else in here is a female?
And then the other one is Maverick and Mazo. Maverick's the heavy favorite in that one.
This girl looks like she's had some good fights, though. Just not lately. She looks like she's had some. Ooh, she beat up Aldrich.
Yeah.
See, this girl's a striker. Damn. I don't know, man. She might be fun to. Let's see. Who's she fighting again? Let's see.
Maverick, who's the heavy favorite. But she's one of the better females, too.
I mean, I don't know. She's a decision fighter, too.
Keep going down.
I might get wild with it. What?
I was keep going down.
I might get wild with him, throw Mazzo in there. What's the pro picks got? You got the pro picks up?
Yeah, give me a second.
I kind of want to go with this Mazzo.
So I can butcher all these names.
Yeah, I like listening to you butcher names.
Okay, so the first one. So 4 out of their 5 have that ankle leave or whatever you want to say. The guy that's the heavy favorite, that's a 1X. He's their champion in 4 out of the 5. The Mavericks, their other one, Maverick, Yadong, Yusuf, and Basharat is the first one. And then Ankaleev
pretty
is
much all heavy
champion.
favorites.
Muzarkanov, McKinney, Yadong, and Mutinho. So this one's actually a little bit different than the second one there. That one's a little bit more balanced, but it has some more risk to it too. And then they have the Muzarkanov in the champion, then Ankaleev in the flex. And this one they got Fletcher, Mutinho, and McKinney. So that one actually has, they like that one more because it's got high multiplier guys. So they play like 2 safe guys.
Yeah,
and but if the high multiplier guys just get their ass kicked, it doesn't matter. And then they got Ankaleev, Pereira, Yusuf, Maverick, and McKinney. So they actually like McKinney quite a bit. I think it's just because he's a 0.5 multiplier.
Yeah,
Just and then their last one, they have Ankaleev, Maverick, Yusuf, Brundage, and Motinho. They like Motinho too a lot.
So it looks like, let's see, we're looking back at history. I think Dauber hasn't fought since June. It's a long fucking time.
Yeah, I think McKinney beats him, but
yeah, I might stick him in my champ spot.
McKinney?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. I think he goes up to
2.25. I mean, 2.25 if he gets, let's see. He's got a couple knockouts. They're just not showing up on here. Last time he fought was in last February, though. That's so far away.
He fought like 3 weeks ago. He pulled an upset a couple weeks ago.
And then, yeah, submission in round 1. Okay, then I like this guy more.
No, that was a couple weeks ago. That wasn't last February. It was like a couple weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying. I like him because Dauber hasn't fought since June.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a little bit more rest, but at the same time, I'm rocking McKinney. I mean, especially if the pro picks like him enough. I mean, obviously, we discussed this already on our show before that it goes a little bit more off of RotoWire a little bit, but
yeah, pro picks sometimes pro picks will overvalue multipliers too. Because they're just projecting like everybody. So the thing about pro picks is they project everybody for a score. Well, like when you have events like golf that people can miss the cut, when you have events like UFC where somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, you can't. They're kind of splitting it down the middle. So or they're projecting everybody to win essentially, and then putting a multiplier on that.
Yeah. Kind of off of that, dude.
I don't know. I feel like maybe you just play them in the flex just because everybody's playing them anyways.
She got whooped on in December. Woo!
Yeah. That was like a big match, I think, too.
I don't know, dude. I'm looking through a lot of these players, and it doesn't look like anybody's had like significantly big fights.
Oh,
big points. So it might not even.
That's why I said this one is not going to be. This one's not going to be like it is most of the We're not going to get. I'd be surprised if we have like 3 different knockouts or whatever.
What about this guy, Semmelsberger?
Yeah, he should win.
He's got lots of TKOs.
Yeah. So
that's Nate's pick, one of Nate's picks. So I'm going to pick that. Yeah. I'm going to trust my man, Nate. Yeah, we got to have him come on. Definitely think that we should have him come on.
Yeah. I'll get him on one of these weeks, but I asked him this week, but his sleep schedule's all screwed up right now. I'm going to go take a nap.
I'll be fun. Who's this?
He's like, I don't know that. He's like, I don't know if I know enough to talk about it. I'm like, well, you know more than we do, so.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we bring up stats and talk through plays, talk through. I mean, that's the best way. I mean, as a team, just building good lineups by talking through them instead of just throwing players in there.
Yeah, so I think what I'm doing now is I think I'm putting Aldrich, the Smeelsberger, Maverick, McKinney, and Yusoff is what I got right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna throw that Yusoff in there. Just like a lot of these guys, I don't think they've fought like April. That's a long ass time ago.
Yeah, but maybe you know, I don't know. I don't know if they got all this stuff in there either. You know.
You said Basharat?
That's one of the ones the pro picks. Like, I don't really care about him. Who's he fighting against? Let me see.
Basharat's fighting against Jones.
I don't know shit about Jones, but sometimes I like picking the guys that are fighting against the pro picks guys. Can you look up the Cannetti guy? Cann. Because pro picks really likes the Motinho guy, and he's going against Cannetti. So I think if Cannetti looks all right, then maybe you could play him, and then you get some leverage there too. He's got a straight line up.
This guy looks like a bum.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what was it?
This looks, but no decisions. No decisions. Oh, what? There's a decision here, but math don't add up.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that was kind of like the crappy fight. Like both those guys kind of suck. But he was better at takedowns than the other guy. So he could just get a bunch of takedowns than the other guys the way he wins, essentially. Because it was like, what the hell is the guy's name? Mojito or
I think his name.
This is worse than freaking hockey.
Moutinho. Yeah. These are gladiator names.
Yeah, because he's not that great either. But so like Cannetti, if he wins, it's gonna be because he just gives it's gonna go the distance and he just has a shit ton of takedowns essentially.
Look up this. I want to look at Roundtree.
Yeah, that's one that's a toss-up fight too. Him and Roberson. Look up this Lung.
Lung. Long?
No, there's more to it, but
oh.
There's a lot more to it, but I ain't trying to pronounce that.
Lunguinbula.
Do you do anything? Otherwise, he's going against Brundage, but Pro Picks had Brundage in one of them. I don't know. There's a lot of like matches that are kind of boring, if we're being honest.
There's gonna be
like these toss-up ones, and like both guys just look super uninspiring.
Brundage, where's that guy at?
He's at 1.35.
Yeah, they don't got any stats for this guy. He just got whooped on.
So he just fought nobodies then, essentially, if he's 6-2. That's the hardest part. Is like a lot of these guys, they just haven't had real fights. So it's like, okay, yeah, their record's good, but they beat a bunch of nobodies. Santos is the guy that's the heavy underdog.
Heavy underdog.
Who's that guy fighting in?
Yeah, I mean, what was that?
Who's that one fighting in? That's the one against Yadong.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's pretty boring. Like,
I might check this Maverick chick. She got
look at Fletcher.
I don't know.
I guess Fletcher's
might
going
get
to
beat up, dude.
What?
The Maverick chick might get beat up by Mazo.
I don't think so.
No stats.
You got nothing. Well, so much for picking him.
He ain't got nothing.
He goes against Millsberger anyways, though. I don't know. This is a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one on me. I mean, I feel like there could be some underdogs that take this fight.
Well, it's just like you got like 4 like heavy favorites, and then the rest are just like all freaking toss-ups. Essentially tonight. That's all you have for today, or however you want to call it.
It's like this dude didn't fight he's in fight forever.
Yeah.
I'll throw Yudong on there.
Yudong.
Still might take this Maverick, or I might take Mazo, dude.
I mean, you can. It'll be different. I kind of like the Jackson guy too against Kirk. I don't know what his stats look like on paper, but
Jackson.
Yeah. Him and Kirk are like a toss-up one too. He ain't got much on him though.
Mm-mm.
You want to look at
14
Kirk that he's going
submissions.
against?
Damn.
He's going against
14
Kirk.
submissions.
Yeah. And that one's pretty much a toss-up fight though. So if you get the right one out of them, I like Jackson better. I'm playing Jackson on DraftKings, but
1.35. Fuck it. I'll roll with this lineup. A lot of underdogs, or a lot of you got the three high multiplier guys, and then
yeah, I don't hate that. If you get 4 wins out of that, you're doing right.
We'll roll with it. McKinney, Aldrich, Semmelsberger, Yudong, and Jackson.
I like these better because I can pronounce these names.
It's good because then we get in basketball, get a little more in depth with basketball. Let me set these 3 up, and I can, you know what? I'll set these 3 up, and we'll. Let's get into talking some basketball from last night.
Yep. So let me bring up. You got the spreadsheet there, but I got mine on here too. So last night, Julius Randle was a freaking stud.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who said that.
You did.
69.5, 1.15 multiplier. Got to almost 80 last night. Bam Adebayo, 63.25, 1.2 multiplier. Got 75.9. Mitchell Robinson, 55.5, 1.5 multiplier, 86.03. That's why I said not to play Steven Adams last night, and Mitchell Robinson ate him for breakfast apparently. So Zubac had another good game at 54.5, 1.55 multiplier. You got to 84.48. Zubac is one of those guys you just never know when the game's coming though. If he gets the minutes, he's great. If he doesn't get the minutes, he screws you. In terms of duds last night, we had John Collins, 17.25, 1.35 multiplier, 23.29. Jonas Valanciunas only played 25 minutes. That game ended up being a blowout. So 22.5 points, 1.25 multiplier, 28.13. Your boy, Fred VanVleet, 25 points, 1.2 multiplier, got 30. D'Angelo Russell, 25.5, 1.3 or 1.3 multiplier, 33.15 points. And then when the dart throws that paid off, Dwight Powell had a monster game last night. So if you listen to the pro picks and played Maxi Kleber, you were screwed. He played 4 minutes. He got 3 fouls in 4 minutes in his first 4 minutes in the game, and he didn't come back into the game after that. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but so Dwight Powell had 51 points, 1.85 multiplier, got to 94.35. Trey Murphy scored 32 real life points in the blowout game for the Pelicans last night. That's never going to happen again. It's the rest of the year. I guarantee that. So he's somebody that wasn't even on the radar because he's probably going to play 16 minutes in a competitive game. Maybe. Got to 49.75 points. He got 2x multiplier, 99.5 points, and I guarantee 0% of people played him. Then we had Brandon Clark at 38 points, 1.85 multiplier, got just over 70 points yesterday. And then Josh Green, who ended up getting the start. Typically, when he starts, he only plays 60 minutes, but last night he played like 30. So 37.5 points, 1.95 multiplier, and he got to 73.13. So dart throws yesterday that paid off for not really ones you could have projected early on in the day, at least. I think it's probably better to get into the injuries in play since we know that the Spurs things kind of changed now too.
Sure.
So I'm going to refresh this real quick. So as of right now, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jarrett Allen is out, Karis LeVert is out, and Lauri Markkanen is now questionable. He was not questionable when I recorded my video. He's not questionable up until the point of now. So we'll see if he plays or not. If he doesn't play, then I assume Chetty Osman probably starts. There's a chance Kevin Love starts and Dean Wade shifts up to the 3, but we'll have to see if that plays out or not. So maybe you can play your boy Kevin Love tonight. He was okay last night. He wasn't great, but then we got the Chicago Bulls without Lonzo Ball, Patrick Williams. Alex Caruso is doubtful to play. Zach LaVine is questionable tonight. If Zach LaVine doesn't play, I'm not sure exactly what the multiplier is on Kobe White on SuperDraft, but it's probably like 1.6, I'm assuming. He could be in play then. And then we have Nikolai Vucevic and Ayo DeSoma are both listed as probable to play tonight. For your hometown team, we got the Memphis. I can't even talk right now. For the Timberwolves, Jared Vanderbilt's out tonight. Maybe you look at Jaden McDaniels. He's a 1.85 dart throw if you want to go there. Patrick Beverly is doubtful to play tonight. And then Jordan McLaughlin is questionable with a groin injury. We'll see if he plays or not. Probably doesn't play. He missed last night. So you're probably looking at a starting lineup of what's going to end up being like D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Karl Anthony Towns. There might be an odd case where Taurean Prince ends up starting, but I don't want to bet on that. Then for the Miami Heat, yes, David Butler's out. We're getting there. Let me talk. Yeah. So for the Heat, Jimmy Butler's out, Caleb Martin's out, Markieff Morris is out, and Victor Oladipo is out due to rest as well. PJ Tucker's questionable at this point in time. Oddly enough, they're projecting Tyler Hero to start. I guarantee you $1 million that's not going to happen. They refuse to start him. Even if he plays 32 minutes a game, he's not going to start. So it's going to be Gabe Vincent that starts. It's going to be Max Strus that starts. Hell, they even started year 7 the one game just to play 8 minutes and then never come back in the game. So whatever it takes not to start Tyler Hero in a real life basketball game, apparently. So you could see some value there with Bam Adebayo, with maybe Kyle Lowry. I don't want to bet on it myself. If you want to do Tyler Hero, you can do Tyler Hero at 1.5 tonight. Max Strus, if PJ Tucker ends up missing, Max Strus starts. I think Max Strus is probably like 1.85 right now. Could have some value there. Let's see where we're at. So we get down to the Pacers. And the Pacers are without TJ Warren, Miles Turner, TJ McConnell. Those are the obvious ones. They're out for a while. Lance Stevenson's out, and then Malcolm Brogdon's out once again tonight. So Tyrese Halliburton looking pretty good. 1.25. Buddy Hield, he's only on 1.35 now, but you can play Buddy Hield now without Brogdon. They right now are trying to tell him Goga Batatsi's questionable too as well. He had a very good game the last time though, but his foot keeps bothering him. So he's not somebody you can bet on. But if he doesn't play, it's actually a good thing, because then we might have Isaiah Jackson. We just have Isaiah Jackson and Jalen Smith. You can take shots on those guys. Who's going to pay off? It's a very, very good question, and I want to predict it. But they have Duarte starting. I don't think Duarte starts. They probably move Buddy Hield to shooting guard, O'Shea Brissett to small forward, start Jalen Smith and Isaiah Jackson, because that's what they do. It's what they've done. We've seen it before. Then for the Spurs, as Second Take Extra was trying to point out before, they ruled out a bunch of their guys now. So initially it was just a bunch of guys questionable, a bunch of role players and stuff like that. Now all the good players are actually out tonight. So we got Keldon Johnson, DeJounte Murray, and Jakob Poeltl all out. As well as Joe's Wieskamp from Iowa, Romeo Langford, and Deontay Kayuk. So we got Trey Jones. I assume he's probably going to be a 2X once again.
Shane.
What about Jones Pro Picks? Well, Jones is going against one of the guys they liked on the Pro Picks for the UFC, I think. But Trey Jones, he's a 2X. He's probably going to look pretty good tonight. Devin Vassell, 1.75. These are all guys you can take dart throws on for the Spurs. Kenneth Bates, I got to see what his injury was, because sometimes when he's started and he's played the minutes and he plays with all the scrubs, he's actually pretty good. When he starts and plays with all the good guys, he sucks because he's not that good of a basketball player. Let's see. So he had a back injury. Typically, I'm off guys that have back injuries, but he's not much of a shooter, I guess. He's more of a slasher, so maybe he'll be all right. Zach Collins is supposedly going to start at center. Do they have anybody else that can play center? because his minutes limit has been like super low lately. So let me just see what the highest minutes he's played so far this season. So he got up to 19 minutes in the last game. I don't assume that he's going to play more than that. But who else did they even have to play at center tonight?
I'm just going to give you a little
Let's
heads
see who
up,
they
too. Little heads up. There is a free contest, $100 guarantee in basketball. Just a heads
There
up.
is?
Yep.
Okay, let's see who they have on there. Do they even have another center on their roster? Because Kayuk's out and Jakob Pertl's out. So, like, they're just going to play small. Who the heck is DJ Stewart? He's a guard, so he ain't a center. And who else was here? Bring me back down to where I was at. Is Robert Woodard actually on their active roster? They have him listed as a guard. He's a forward. He's 6'6". They might not have a backup center tonight, and they have Zach Collins, who's not played more than 20 minutes this year. So this could get really interesting. Probably means if Goga plays, he doesn't play very much. But Keta Bates Diop might be interesting. I don't know what the multiplier on him is. Maybe they could have some small ball Doug McDermott center. I hope this happens. I hope this happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of injuries.
They're just giving guys a day off. Like the good guys, they're giving a day off. The Bucks are without Pat Connaughton, without George Hill, Brooke Lopez, and Lindell Wigginton. So the same for the last game. Golden State's without Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Gary Payton II, Otto Porter Jr. They are all out. David has a question. What is your question, David?
Did you see what he posted earlier? He posted the zipper mouse. He told him to be quiet.
I'm like, hold on, I'm getting there. Give me 2 seconds.
What's the question, David?
So for Toronto, too, the OG Anunoby's out. Malachi Flynn's out. Fred VanVleet's questionable tonight. If he doesn't play, Gary Trent's going to look a lot better. That's all I got to say about that. Gary Trent, I think, had 42 points last night, too. So he's coming off a hot shooting game, at least. But obviously, if Fred VanVleet doesn't play, Gary Trent, Pascal Siakam both look better. Who ends up starting in that case is the big question. Because they're already pretty big. Do they play another big? Going against Denver, they might be able to do that. I don't know. Or they just start freaking Deanna Blanton or Watanabe or Mikhailuk, I guess. Did Sabonis just get ruled out? It says that he is out now. So I'm not sure what's up with him. He's suspended the last game. Personal. Is out again. He's like out against the Jazz for personal reasons. You know what this means? You know who looks like a great play tonight? Rudy Gobert.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
Let's see. So then we have the Denver Nuggets, who are without Kane, Carr, Murray, and Porter. Zeke Najee, Aaron Gordon, Will Barton are all questionable. Bones Highland's listed as probable, but he did end up playing the last game. Let's see here. And then we get over to the Kings, which you're just talking about there, David. So Terrence Davis is out and Domantas Sabonis is out now. Looked into it is because of personal reasons. Not sure what those personal reasons mean, but he's not playing tonight. So it's likely that Rashawn Holmes gets back into the starting lineup, maybe. Or we get to see Alex Len or we see Damon Jones. Not guys I want to play tonight. Jeremy Lamb, Mo Harkless are both questionable to play. Both have not played the past 2 games, so I'm not really too worried about them. So Kings, I guess maybe look at De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes tonight without Sabonis.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Utah, we got so Mike Conley got ruled out. That's cool. I already had Jordan Clarkson as one of my plays for the day, anyways. And then Trent Forrest is out tonight too. Ooh. Are they actually going to start Jordan Clarkson? They don't. Starting Jordan Clarkson is like the equivalent of starting Tyler Hero. It just doesn't happen unless like Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley are both out. Sometimes even then it doesn't happen. But typically in this situation, Mike Conley is not playing. Trent Forrest would end up getting the start. Trent Forrest is not playing tonight either. Bojan Bogdanovic is back tonight, though. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. I like Clarkson a lot better when he was out, but now you got 3 guys trying to shoot the ball all the time. So we'll see what happens with that. Chucky. He's asking about Chucky.
Oh, what about him? Oh, is this your lineup? Maybe he's posting his lineup.
I don't know. It might be.
Inkla, Marias.
Or these are just all the guys going against the pro pick favorites. I think
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's nothing wrong with attempting that. I mean, that might be a good way to go.
Then let's see. So then we move down to the Washington Wizards. Kristaps Porzingis is not playing tonight. He is resting on the back-to-back, essentially. And then for the Portland Trailblazers, they are starting a G League team again. So Eric Bledsoe, Damian Lillard, Didi Lozana, Joseph Nurkic, Anthony Simons, Justice Winslow all out once again. Here we go. I think that's too many people, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? How many you got there?
You can only start 5.
Ankalov is your champion, I would assume.
And Maverick, Yusuf, Brundage, McKinney, and Jones. You got to cut one of them guys out, though.
Good luck to you, Shane. Who are you taking out of there, though? Got to pull a player. All right, let's get back.
Well, we can get back over the notes, the people in play and whatnot, too.
Sure.
Maybe.
Sure.
I'll die first. I drank all my water.
Everybody, people. Drink all your water.
Yep. Like a fish. So don't play DeJounte Murray tonight. He's not playing. Steph Curry is a 1.1 for whatever reason. So you can play Steph Curry. DeMar DeRozan 1.15 obviously looks better if Zach LaVine does not play tonight. We got Donovan Mitchell looks pretty good at 1.2. Tyrese Halliburton 1.25 looks pretty good without Malcolm Brogdon. Same thing with Buddy Hield down there at 1.35. De'Aaron Fox at 1.25 looks pretty good without Domantas Sabonis. Darius Garland's awesome at 1.25. That's my dude. Klay Thompson, if you really want to go there at 1.45, I really don't think you have to go there today. Jordan Clarkson at 1.6. We played him in that one lineup last night. He didn't do that bad.
Not very well.
Is that the same one you had Devontae Graham in too? Devontae Graham was good last night.
Mm-hmm.
Valanciunas just wasn't. That's kind of a problem. Then we got Monty Morris at 1.65. Probably not a guy you need to go to today. You can look at Tyler Hero at 1.5. You can look at who else was there when I was talking? Well, obviously there's going to be a lot. But in terms of dart throws, high multipliers, we got Devin Vassell at 1.75. We got Brandon Williams for the Trailblazers at 1.8. He had 2 decent games, and the last game was a dud. So take it with what you will for that. Decent multiplier, though. You can look at Trey Jones. I assume that he's going to be a 2x multiplier. And he's probably going to be pretty popular tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, I lost my spot. Terms of forwards, we got Giannis. He's 1. You don't have to talk too much about Giannis. Sabonis, obviously, you don't play anymore because he's not playing tonight. Pascal Siakam, 1.15. He had a decent game last night.
Mm-hmm.
You can play him. Fred VanVleet doesn't play. He looks a little bit better. Obviously, you can throw Gary Trent down as a forward and a guard, too. He's 1.4 still. So, excuse me. Evan Mobley's all the way up to 1.25 now. You can still play him. Got like over 45 points last night. You can still play him. Don't shake your head.
Wow, Kuzma's been down playing in the dumps again.
But there's no Porzingis tonight either. So he should be better tonight. Then Chris Middleton at 1.35. Kevin Love at 1.65. Lauri Markkanen, if he plays, he's 1.65. Probably not going to play him if he's banged up either way, though. Then the dart throws, high multipliers. I had Kevon Looney down at 1.75. Probably better ones out there today. Rui Hachimura, I think, is 1.85. I put him down once I figured out Porzingis wasn't playing. You can take a look at him if you really want to. Dean Wade, maybe if Markkanen doesn't play, you can put him down at 2, but I ain't going there really. Kenta Bates-Diop, whatever he is, if he's 2, if he's 1.9 or whatever, you can look at him. You could look at Doug McDermott. I think he's 1.85. I'm trying to think who else was in there. Harrison Barnes, you can look at. He's at 1.5 or 1.6 for the regular forward spots. Obviously, we got some news since this list was made, since we were talking about the UFC. In terms of centers in play, we got Nikola Jokic. He's a 1. Karl Anthony Towns is 1.1. Pretty sure Karl Anthony Towns kind of sucked yesterday. He got in foul trouble, though. He had 4 fouls like in the first half or something. Mo Bamba lit his butt up, apparently. Who could have seen that coming? Not Ty.
Nobody.
Rudy Gobert 1.2, Bam Adebayo 1.2. Obviously, you can play Bam at forward too. Jakob Poeltl was on there, but he's not playing tonight, so don't worry about him. And in terms of high dart throws multipliers, I guess you can throw Zach Collins down there for the Spurs. I assume he's like a 1.9 or a 2x, but he hasn't played more than 20 minutes this year. So I don't know who's actually going to play center for them. Who's going to play
find out.
So they're just going to put Kenneth Bates-Diop and Doug McDermott at center for 28 minutes? That sounds like a terrible idea.
All right.
Doesn't sound like an idea.
So this is what I just built over on the free. Is there a free one? So you make sure you get in that contest.
So I will say this though too. So last night, Greg Popovich, the Spurs won last night against the Jazz. Game they probably shouldn't have won, but they won. Greg Popovich just became the all-time winningest head coach in NBA history in terms of wins. So shout out to Greg Popovich. I guess that's why he was still coaching this year, even though he talked about retiring before that. He's like, hey, I'm close enough to the wins record now. I might as well go get it.
Why not? Why not?
He's been a very good coach for a long time. Crazy guy, but I love him. Yeah, so let's see what you got here. You got De'Aaron Fox, Darius Garland, Tyrese Halliburton, Gary Trent Jr. Obviously, that is more so if Fred VanVleet doesn't play.
True. Yep.
Giannis, we got Bam Adebayo, we got Jokic. Yeah, I think the two centers I probably played today would be Jokic and Rudy Gobert.
I like Gobert too.
I like Gobert because he's going against like Rashawn Holmes and Damon Jones and Alex Lenz of the world. He just had a big game last night too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just like Jokic's upside a lot more.
Yeah.
Just any day, any day he could put up 70, 80 points.
The one day I said he was going to put up 80, he did.
Yeah.
Or it might have been 78. I might be off just a little bit.
3-1.
I don't know. Those are the centers I'd be looking at, but if you just want to keep that and we want to build another one, that's fine too. Not a problem.
Yeah, I was just a free one, so I just was building it while you were talking.
Because this is like, I know we had that question yesterday, like how you balance out the multipliers and if there's an average you're trying to shoot for. This is the day where you can play more high multiplier guys. We'll probably have to build one really crazy line with a bunch of high multiplier guys, though.
No nickel lineups today. What? That's all right. We'll throw some dollar ones in there. Let's get some dollar lineups set. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we start with center. Build around a center.
Yep. So you want to play Gobert in this one?
You throw Gobert in this one.
Rudy.
All right. Back to go.
Now where else do you want to put? God. I feel like forward's the position I hate the most. You want to do me a favor? Look up. Let's look up some multipliers on some guys first. So let's look up Bates-Diop. So just put Bates in.
Forward.
Forward. So he's a 2x. Yeah, you can't really look at his.
No, you can. Opportunity right here.
You can look if you look at the stats. Go back and look at the last game he actually played real minutes. So you gotta go back a ways.
Yeah, right here against the Heat, 34 minutes.
Yep. So like I said, when he plays with all the good people, he's terrible. But when he plays with all the shitty people, he's really good because somebody's gonna score. I guess. God, they still have Lonnie Walker tonight too. Vassell.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He has a couple games where when he gets the minutes, he falls.
Yeah. It's just the difference between playing. There's a difference between playing with Devin Vassell and Lonnie Walker and playing with DeJounte Murray, Jakob Poeltl, and Kellen.
He's going to get I'm all for it. If he's going to get the opportunity to play, I mean, if he gets 25 minutes, he should do well. He should pay off.
Yeah. I mean, you want to put Trey Jones in the same lineup then too?
Sure.
I think he's a 2x too.
He's a guard, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a guard. He's a Minnesota boy.
What? Do you play for the Gophers?
No, he played for Duke.
Oh, then where do you play in Minnesota?
They're from Minnesota, though.
I wonder what school he played for here. Probably somewhere in the cities. Yeah, I mean, shit. This guy get an opportunity too against the Heat.
Yeah. It's the games where he starts, he's good. Let's put him in already.
I'm doing it. I'm just looking. Looking.
Now, the question is, what do you want to do with the rest of it?
Now we build around that. You know I love Garland.
I love Garland.
So we'll probably play Garland.
You want to play Garland and Mobley? Don't poo-poo Mobley for being a 1.25 now.
Evan.
You want to play one of the Kings guys in this lineup? De'Aaron Fox or Harrison Barnes?
I had Fox, I think, in the last lineup I played.
Did you?
Fine. That was the free one, though. So I'm trying to win a little bit more money than what they're offering. $20, I think, is the top, which is fine. You know, I'm good with that. But
yeah,
I think I'm going to put in 5. I don't know. 1.6 is nice, though. Damn.
Yeah. And there's no bonus. So there's extra opportunities.
Let's see here.
In theory, you can play both, but I'd like to split them up a little bit. Put one in one lineup, put one in the other lineup, essentially.
That's fine. This one's a little bit more risky, and so we'll just go with Barnesy.
Barnesy. You want to look up Max Strus multiplier too while we're at it? 1.85. So he's got to start. He's another one of those guys. If he plays enough, he'll do something. But if he doesn't play enough, then he won't.
So let's throw somebody in here a little bit safer now. I mean, I'm good with Halliburton. We can throw Halliburton in there.
I was going to say that, or if you want to play like Tyler Hero.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
Or you could play a Donovan Mitchell.
Utah. The Utah Jazz. John Stockton still there?
No. Conley's not playing tonight, though, so Mitchell should get more assists at least. Or assist opportunities.
That's fine. We'll throw him in. All the yellows and blacks on this team.
And Harrison Barnes.
Oh, yeah, and a gray.
Weirdo.
All right, then we got Garland, Mitchell, and Jones. So then we're attacking some of these high multipliers, which will be nice on this one.
Yep.
Bates, Diop, Mobley, Barnes, and then Gobert at center.
I mean, we can look at some of the other Spurs guys too. So we could probably play like Devin Vassell in one lineup, Doug McDermott in one lineup, and then just kind of have a little bit of exposure to all of them. Yeah. Like, you could make a case for having the exposure to Collins, but if he's only going to play 20 minutes, like, is Collins eligible at forward too? Let's see. That's the real question. There's your Devin Vassell. He said the last 2 games haven't been as good, but obviously that's playing with real people.
What does that even mean? Playing with real people?
It means tonight he's the stud. Okay.
This is something that makes me nervous. 42 minutes and still only putting up 34 points.
Yeah, but that's when he plays with DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl.
That's fine. We'll get him in there. I'm good with attempting and seeing what happens.
I mean, like if he gets 30, if he gets 30, that's like 50-some points. 54 points.
Mm-hmm. Let's throw Halliburton in this one. We don't have him yet.
Okay. Probably. So the next one we'll put Buddy Hield and Doug McDermott in, though.
Okay.
Can you go to? I guess we can put a guard in first. You want to put Tyler Hero on this one?
Sure.
We don't have a lot of Giannis, do we? Might as well put Giannis in this one. Put a Pascal Siakam in here. Why not?
Sure.
You want this one to be your Kevin Love lineup?
Sure thing. Bam.
You still okay? So when you're on the forward tab, put in Collins real quick on the forward tab, just see if Zach Collins is eligible at forward. So he's eligible at forward. So I guess you could, in theory, you could play him in one of these lineups. He just hasn't played more than 20 minutes this year, and the dude missed a year and a half. So he's going to start at center tonight, but I don't know if he's going to play more than 22 minutes.
Yeah, it's risky.
I don't know if he's physically capable of playing more than 22 minutes at this point in time.
Yeah, it's definitely risky. Definitely risky.
Yeah.
And Shane, I guess Shane didn't get his picks in time.
He didn't.
Sorry to hear that, brother. All right, let's go to lobby.
Yep. So the next one's where we're doing Buddy Hield and Doug McDermott, though. It's too bad there's not like a nickel one to put the Collins in. I'm just not that brave. Portis. Why, David?
What do you say?
Portis. I am not a fan of Bobby Portis tonight against the Warriors.
I haven't been a fan of Bobby Portis for a while.
Yeah, one good game, but other than
Yeah,
that, he's been pretty bad lately.
That's tough.
But here's the thing: against the Warriors, they'll probably just play Giannis at the 5 more because the Warriors play small anyways.
How do we want to start this one? Let's do something like
So we're putting Buddy Hield and Doug McDermott in to start at least in this one.
McDermott.
Yep.
At forward.
Forward, yeah. Dougie McBuckets. You remember that when he was in college?
That's what he's called?
Yeah. He played at Creighton. He averaged 28 points a game there.
I love that. That's a dope ass nickname.
His dad was the coach there too. So.
Oh, wow.
Greg McDermott used to be the coach at UNI, and then he was the coach at Iowa State before that too. So that's the basic part. Where you want to go from here is the real question. So let's see. You want to play Steph Curry?
Yeah, we haven't played him in any lineups.
But it is the Drew Holiday matchup. God, that sucks. It's one of the best point guard defenders in the league, too. Probably should play DeRozan. Play DeRozan at forward. Because we ain't played no DeRozan yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I was looking at him earlier when you were talking, and I was doing the free one a couple times. I kept clicking on him. I'm like, I got to figure out a way to get him in.
David, I just want to hear you squawk.
Yes, Portis has had a couple of good games here in the last.
Yeah, but I mean, like
before that, though.
Warriors. So, like, if he plays 26, like if he only plays 26 minutes tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just a little too risky. If he's got like 1.55 again, probably take a chance on it. But
that's funny.
Is this the Kuzma lineup?
Oh, oof.
There's no Porzingis tonight. Somebody's got to score the ball.
Oof. Oh, that's fine. I'll put him in.
He still had like 6 out of his last 8 games have been good. You know?
Want to put Joker in here, or do we want to? I mean, you're not playing. You said you're not playing Bam at center anywhere.
Nah, I just put Bam at forward. Do we have a forward spot left over or not?
No, we're all full.
Hey, you can play him at center.
Maybe we can put DeRozan at guard.
Yeah, you could do that too. You just want to play Bam at center or Bam at forward and Jokic at center, I guess. And then pick your poison at guard. You know, if it's me, it's Halliburton and Garland. But so is this the one we got Buddy Hield in, right?
Yeah, we got Hield in this one.
So
throwing
probably
Garland.
play Garland in this one. Who else was I looking at? Unless you just want to play like Trey Jones again. Could do that.
I don't know. Maybe could.
Him and Garland probably score the same amount of points, though.
Looking at his trajectory, though, like the way he's been playing, he's the up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down games.
Yeah, but if Markman don't play tonight, he's going to score like 40 points, real life points.
Garland, yeah, I know. Talking about Garland, or are you talking about
Garland?
Yeah, that's why I want to play him.
Trey Jones might play 3 games put together, not score 40 real life points.
Yeah, I like Garland. I'm a big fan of him. He's been playing super well. So, I mean, we went Hield, Garland, DeRozan at guard, and then McDermott, Dougie McBaskets. I like that shit.
Dougie McBuckets.
Bam Adebayo, and then Kyle Kuzma at forward, and then Nikola Jokic at center.
I just want to see who the hell they're going to play at center. Like, I'm almost halfway tempted to take some of these Pacers, like big men. Like, we probably should play like each of the Pacers big men in like a lineup too, just because like if Collins is only playing 22 minutes, they got 26 minutes of center out of Doug McDermott and Ketta Bates-Diop apparently.
It's fine. We can throw one more in there, and then maybe I'll get a $2.
I mean, it's risky. Like you have to pick the right Pacers big guy, whether it's Jalen Smith, Isaiah Jackson, or Goga. But Goga is questionable, so he might not even play tonight. Hopefully, he just doesn't play. And if they play small ball, he shouldn't play. Let me look at Jackson and Smith and see if I can figure out which one of these two is going to do something.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Who's playing at center?
What?
Who we playing at center?
Whatever you want. See if I can figure this out real quick. Where is the minutes thing? There we go. So let's see. So Jalen Smith's been averaging 29 minutes a game. Isaiah Jackson's been averaging 19 minutes a game, but he had one game that he only had 8 minutes. And the game that he had 8 minutes is the game that Goga played 24. Goga played 18 last game. Technically on paper, it should be Jalen Smith. That does it, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
He's had some all right games.
So what's the multiplier in him? What's his multiplier? Is 1.8. And then the one on Jackson is, are they both 1.8? I can't remember. Isaiah Jackson.
1.75.
Yeah, so I guess you just play Jalen Smith because he's the one that's getting more minutes and the guy that's playing slightly better, maybe. It's really just pick your poison at that point. Or if you're real bold, you play both of them.
Well, I got Halliburton in there.
Yeah.
My girl's.
I was saying, you play a lineup with each of them, but is this a lineup? I wonder.
Sure, we could put Smith at center if we wanted to, and just build around that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I wonder, was this the lineup you put Collins in? It's super risky. They're all super risky, though. I don't know. Maybe you just build the rest of this real safe, though.
Yeah, probably.
Spurs guy, but I don't know. Probably just build the rest of this real safe, I guess. I'd probably just play Mobley at forward, play Jokic, and then play like real basic guys.
Let's see here. Bam. Probably Mobley. I don't know why I'm so high on Bam today.
No Jimmy.
Huh?
No Jimmy.
Yeah.
But half the time Jimmy doesn't play. That sucks.
Maybe I'll just go Fox and then throw in like
Garland.
yeah.
Garland or Donovan Mitchell, one of the two, Brownie.
Multipliers higher on Garland.
Yeah.
All right, we'll stick with that. We'll go Halliburton, Fox, Garland.
The end of the day, the question probably comes down to Fox and Mitchell at the end of the day, really.
Yeah, I like Fox. Been doing all right. Let's roll with it. And if there's any prize picks you want to talk about, you can. Then we can get out of here.
Nope. I didn't really have enough time to look into all that yet.
That's all good. We can just get out of here then. And we're gonna be back tomorrow too. Talk some. Andrew was gonna come on to talk some NASCAR today, but I think he's not gonna be available for a while, I guess. So we'll probably just roll into getting out of here, and then tomorrow we'll be talking NASCAR. We'll probably come on just a little bit earlier. It's nice because he's so much full of information because he watches all this stuff. Like, he's an avid watcher, so he at least knows all the details about, wrecks, about any infractions that happen, having players have to go to the back and reasons why. I mean, that's very, very helpful. Very helpful, especially when you're starting drivers that start with negative points, and the fact that they potentially aren't good enough to do what Kyle Larson did and Kyle Busch did, and just take over the whole track and get up to the Kyle Larson. He was starting at what, fourth, and he started in the back, and then he
was like third, and then he had the ignition or something with his ignition that was bad. He had to go to the back, but most people can't make that from the very back to first. Or a lot of people will try to do it, but they'll crash.
Yeah,
because you're going to drive more risky when you're trying to make up all that ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it's definitely nice having that intel, learning and gaining this knowledge through Andrew that way. It's pretty nice having him on.
And there's certain people that do well at this track too. And can't play Chris Boucher this week. He does not do well here. My buddy sent me is all the races for this track and kind of the ones similar to it and stuff, and he's a super speedway guy. I go fast. I go real fast.
Go fast and then turn left.
Yep. I mean, this is still that, but there's a little bit.
Just kidding. It's not a reverse track where they go really fast and then turn right.
What?
So it's not a reverse track where they go really fast and then they turn right.
I feel like there's one of those.
There are. I think that they've done Daytona reverse. I think they have. I know that I've played video games where they've had reverse tracks. You're like, what? We're going right? Holy shit. It's a miracle.
Yep.
But anyways, anything else you got to say before we get out of here, my brother?
Not really. I mean, this was actually pretty short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah, it was nice. Get through basketball quick, get through UFC real quick. Obviously, got a couple little hiccups with my computer right away, but we got through it. And that's all that matters. So, you know what? Yep. Tell them where to find you at.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport. You can find me on YouTube at Coach Craig Sports. My video is up there too for the not for SuperDraft, but for DraftKings and FanDuel. My core picks there. I'll be updating the core, obviously, since the Spurs guys died for today, at least. And I'll be listing all the other injury updates there, starting lineups. Unfortunately, last night, the starting lineups were coming in really, really slow, really, really late. So didn't get all of them, but that's kind of what that is. You can look me up on patreon.com/Coach Craig Sports. Got a lot of stuff that's going to be up there. So a lot of football related stuff, especially as we get moving into the NFL draft and everything like that. The spreadsheet that I did put together, I think I sent to you too, but that is on the Patreon. So I compile essentially all the results, the measurements and stuff, and put it in a spreadsheet so people can find it. But Patreon, it's $2 a month. Not much. for the amount of time I put into some of this stuff, like $2 is nothing, honestly, but it's that's something I take pride in. There's some of the snap count spreadsheets during the season, something I take pride in as well. And then some of these draft prospect notes and my grading system too. Still working on some of that for this year's class, but it's going to be up there too. And you get access to all that for a measly $2 a month. And then obviously look me up on the Stacks app at Coach Craig Sport. If you're not already on Stacks, join up, post a couple of things. Just show that you're active, and then join the March Madness tournament as well.
Let me see real quick. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick. Show you guys a little something that we're working on. If we can get it pulled up. My girl is jamming out right now. She's painting she has a jacuzzi in this other room, so she's painting that room. All right, let's see. Little risers and fallers.
Yep.
I gotta adjust the fallers yet, but let me show you guys a little sneak peek about what we got coming in. Let me load it up here. Come on, baby. All right, boom.
You can do it.
So this is a new show we got coming to be called Risers and Fallers. Yeah, we're going to be talking. Craig was at the combine, so it was nice to have a little intel on the inside. Somebody there on the boots on the ground, getting all the hard work, dirty work done. So just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. We're going to be doing something called Rookie Risers and Fallers, and it will just, every week we'll be talking, offense and defense side, and we'll just talk about 2 players that are rising, 2 players that are falling from each position. So we just want you guys to be up to date and not get intel from people that are telling you the cookie cutter type stuff where you're getting intel about just highlights. We want you guys to know lowlights, highlights, everything in between, so that when you go into your draft, you are ready and you're set. And
you're fully aware.
Yeah. Yep. So just be on the lookout for that. We have that show coming out soon, so be ready for it. A lot more football content going to be coming out.
Yep.
We just want to be prepared. We don't want to be giving out, we don't want to flood the market with what everybody else is doing, the same,
crap.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be more in depth. It's going to be more looking at it from a real in-depth perspective instead of just looking at the surface. So lots to come. Appreciate everyone being here like always, and you know where you can find me at everywhere. JC Money Design. Just look and you'll find me. So if you're hearing anything bad about me, I'm sorry, but it ain't that way. There's just some bad things out there with some things that just negate that stuff, because it's haters are going to hate for reasons. It's always going to be that way. Appreciate everyone being here. Appreciate you being here with me, brother, because you're the shit. You know your stuff, and I like growing with you, and I like growing this channel with you. So we got a lot of things coming, and it's going to be good things only, good vibes only, family only. Yeah. Let's get to it. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing forward, coast to coast, state to state, city to city, flourish nearly like the late great Biggie. Baby.
Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams.